Alrighty. Session 41. We're going to do a little bit of a recap. It's been a while since we've played, so I'm not going to spend too much time, though, because I want to jump into things. But if you guys want to jump in with any significant moments that you remember, feel free to share. But last session, you guys started kind of mid-combat with the Steelhead, the Ignatian warship that you guys had seen off the coast of Port Surak, where you guys had been traveling with sort of a goal to... Sorry, hair, my face. With sort of a goal to get to Grok, but kind of undetermined exactly where you guys might be heading for your final destination. There are definitely some goals that have been discussed in terms of dealing with Shadat, the Shadow Man, the patron of Valanthe, who has been in and out of the group in various ways, and also dealing with his follower, who has been slaying members of the Church of Rhybohr actively over the last few weeks, since you guys had basically been contracted by a Rhybohr priestess to help investigate the person who was doing this. And you guys found out who was doing it, who he was connected to, which just happens to be to Shadat, our Shadow Man, our resident Shadow Man. You guys saw the Steelhead and decided that you weren't going to let a huge Ignatian warship go by without doing something about it. Being champions of Cadborough, the lawful evil dragon goddess, and being somewhat enemies of the church, you decided that you were going to take action and try to sink the Steelhead with protection and a prayer sent out to Cadborough beforehand. And it was a tumultuous battle between two ships, lots of cannon fire. There was some espionage to destroy the engine of the Steelhead before the cannon started firing. And it was pretty successful for the most part. There were some close calls, but under Cadborough's protection, you guys were able to successfully sink the Steelhead. There was a captain on board who Ulrich knew as Captain K. Rothhauser, who was some type of blade-singing wizard. And he went down at the end of the battle, but you guys were unable to see his body. You're unable to determine if he was actually completely dead or not. The ship started to sink, and it was sinking pretty fast considering that it was steel. And you guys decided you had to get the Stormbringer Cadborough ship back to the docks because it had taken some serious damage. So you took it around to Port Surak's eastern docks, and you guys needed like a moment to process what had just happened. So you guys split up in a few different ways. Some of us stayed with the ship. Some of us decided to go out and get some workers to help repair the ship. Gwyn and I believe it was Sheev, or was it Gwyn and Leo, went out to the west to check on what the status of the town was.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And
Yep.
there were still Ignatians and Knights of Rhybohr walking around, patrolling, and in fact actively beating some of the people in town that had spoken out against Ingnasia as they watched the Steelhead sink from the shore. Ulrich and Ricard stayed with the ship, and trying to determine how you're going to get maybe some of the loot off the Steelhead. If it's sunk to the bottom of the ocean, maybe you guys can dive and get some treasure. And Valanthe had been called by her patron's connection, who has been known as the God Killer. And she went to go meet him on Chestnut Hill in Port Surak. And so far, you guys had only really seen this person from a distance. He often wore dark robes, had what looked like swords for hands. But as Valanthe got closer and got to have his conversation with him, he revealed himself to be somewhat of a humble man from humble beginnings, belonging to the Yoku Black Ranch, and had just had lots of bad experiences with the gods that had led him down this path to basically trying to destroy Rhybohr. And within that had sacrificed parts of himself to gain power, including both of his hands, which had become some type of shadowy swords. And he wanted Valanthe to prove her commitment to Shadat, the Shadow Man, by giving up her hand as well.
The Shadow Man!
And she did accept with actually quite little hesitation. And Billy Black, the God Killer, he chopped off her hand at the bonfire. And though some blood, it did seem like there was some type of magical influence to help, but the pain definitely still there. I am going to just read this little section here, but were there any other like pertinent notes we'd like to mention?
Nothing from my side.
Don't think so.
No?
Some
Don't think
stuff
so.
with Sheev, like, and the memories kind of coming back in terms of like dying and losing some memories on his history and his past with someone related, another connection to Shadat named Garen, who was also connected to Leo as his patron, had been the one to kill his previous adventuring party, the Leftovers. And this was
so
quite
she was
a
in this,
shock.
He's in this weird spot where, like, not to give too much away for what I'm planning to do with him, but, like, his entire life has been good memories and knowing what things happened in the past, and now, like, this foundational memory of his that Shadat is the one who killed his friends is just not true. And so there's a lot of that going around. And then Garen being connected to Leo is also interesting. There's a lot of drama with that kind of going on. There was a big blow up between Sheev and Valanthe that kind of was sort of resolved afterwards. We're now kind of back to possibly potentially resolved. I'm not sure. Yeah, it's good.
I guess we'll find out. Yeah, they're just there's a lot of different sort of connections coming through between Shadat, Valanthe, Sheev, Leo, Garen, back to Shadat, back through to Billy Black. Like, there's just a few threads weaving through. I'm just going to read this little section, and then you guys can take it from there. Fresh off the destruction of an Ignatian warship, the Stormbringers gain a moment of respite. Cadbro's ship leans into gentle waves, and a pattern of rain covers workers in leather coats and hats. The workers hammer into the Stormbringer, working to repair the near-fatal damage from the Steelhead's cannons. Hercules was able to secure the hands of 4 locals to help repair the ship. It will be ready to brave the waters again soon. The docks are quiet. Eyes are peeled for Knights of Rhybohr and wandering Ignatians. Safety is never a guarantee, especially in Port Surak. A wooden staircase built out of a sandy cliff leads up to Tavern Row. Several docks sit empty. The Stormbringer is the only ship in the usual pirate-filled harbor. Some of us develop plans in the lower deck. Others return to the docks with blood-spotted rags wrapped around their wrists. The patrol for enemies proved 2 things. The Knights of Rhybohr are still here and still angry as ever. So, what are you guys doing right now? It's about, like, dinner time. The sun has just gone down. Valanthe, you were kind of, you were making your way back towards the ship. So you're almost there. But what are we up to?
I imagine once the sun had started to go down, Gwen would have turned back towards the ship to regroup after scoping out the town.
Sounds good. Gwen, you had seen this old man getting beat up by a Knight of Rhybohr and had had a bit of an interaction with him and helped him back up to his feet. And then you kind of head back over to the eastern docks.
I'd like to make my way to the ship and, sorry, got confused. Are we sleeping in the ship or are we sleeping in the tavern?
I think we split on that.
Yeah, Sheev's in the ship for sure.
I'm going to go straight to my room on the ship, and if I see anyone, I'll just nod, but keep walking straight ahead and hiding my left arm under my coat if I have any, but just keeping my arms crossed so no one sees, and I'll try to nurse my wrist and fall asleep, hopefully.
Okay. What's your passive stealth? And let me get some passive perceptions.
Am I at the ship now, or am I coming back?
My passive is so bad.
I feel like I'd be back at the ship, right?
Yeah.
My passive stealth is 12.
My passive perception is 16.
Yeah, Gwen will see. I won't see. I think mine's like 10 or 9.
I believe mine is 16
Yeah, mine's 9. So
as well.
For him, Chief.
Just looking at the new sheet. Passive perception. Oh, only 14. Jesus, sorry. Only 14.
Okay. Ricard and Ulrich, where are you guys at right now?
I think last time we played, I think I left early and was on the boat, was what you told me my position was.
Yes. You guys, I believe where we left Ulrich and Ricard was that you guys were in the lower deck discussing plans.
Correct, yes. I think the idea is that we were thinking of originally hiring a large sort of group of citizens from the town, but then we wanted to do it more low-key, so we discussed a bubble of air around my head or transform me into a sea creature, Ricard, with you riding on me, so we could do a quick sort of loot.
Oh, I don't need to breathe, so I don't... Yeah, that would work really well.
I guess the idea would transform me into a large load-bearing sea creature, and then Ricard and I would go around, quickly scour the ship, and then just take as much loot as we can that's not been destroyed by the water or lost to the ocean depths.
I like this idea. Nothing possibly could go wrong.
Leo, where are you at?
I'm not sure if I was involved in the planning or if I was also out on. I think I was out in town.
I think you were on a scouting mission as well. Yeah, just to see where the status was of things.
Yeah.
But you're back at the ship now.
Yeah.
I want to join on our quest to loot the ship.
Sure. I think breathing should not be an issue for me also.
So, you three, Sheev, you were in your room, right?
Mm-hmm.
So, Leo and Ulrich and Ricard, Gwen, are you on the upper deck or the lower deck?
I would have congregated with everyone else.
Okay. So, the four of you. Leo and Gwen kind of join Ulrich and Ricard into the main dining room. And Sheev, you go off to your room. You're kind of sitting in the dining room and you hear Valanthe come down the stairs. And like, Gwen and Ulrich, you both have pretty high passive perceptions. The door is like cracked open a little bit and you see her go by and you definitely notice that something seems a little unusual, but you don't notice any specifics, just that like she seems a little reticent. Yeah, her passive stealth is bad.
Do we know where she went? Like when you went off, did you tell us what you were doing?
I did beat some resistance from Leo, who didn't want to let me go alone, and some of you talked him out of accompanying me. So yes, some of you knew.
Oh, right.
I think it was the scouting mission along with Leo. So you three, I suppose.
Something like that.
Yeah, you guys did know kind of the context of what was happening.
Because I know where you were, I'm gonna make note of seeing you and like that something was off, but not say anything because, I mean, personally didn't expect you to get out of this in one piece, so it's a little bit par for the course that you're, you know.
I think if I saw Valenthe, I would give her a very curious look, but not say anything and wait for her to say what happened or not.
Yeah, you guys are like looking through a crack in the door, and you can see, you know, Valente kind of come down the stairs, and it does look like she is hiding something a little bit. And you guys kind of look over and you take note.
I'm trying to think if we'd all think something suspicious is going on, and then we'd all like band together outside of her door.
You're welcome.
I
to
mean,
do that.
I wouldn't be the one to suggest that.
I think at this point, Ulrich just wants to loot the ship, so that's where his attention would be, I would say.
Anything you want to say?
No, not from my point of view.
So the main
Casting
tension
spells. I don't know what's happening.
is the loot particularly valuable. Do you think? Do we know have a log or manifest of the ship? Anything to go on?
No.
Well, it was one of the largest Ignatian ships. The loot wouldn't necessarily be in gold or precious items, but more in weapons, armaments, potentially some form of battle plans or information as well.
That he does make a good point. It could be useful in any fights ahead. We would also have better if they have anything on their naval routes and shit and stuff like that. It would help.
We could even find some uniforms as well for disguises. Should we need them?
Captain, everyone else, any thoughts?
I think no matter what's down there, it's worth checking. At the very least, we can't risk leaving anything for someone else to find.
I agree. Would we be able to put together a plan, Sparky, and then make some rolls, and then just see how it turns out in terms of like loot or anything like that?
Yeah, you guys can develop a plan. You know that based on like Herc had gone out to get some workers, they are working on the ship outside, so you guys can kind of hear this like tick, 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 as you guys are talking about this. It is going to be probably a full day before you're going to be able to get the ship out of here and get running again.
Mm-hmm. Oh, sure. So we've got time to plan. I guess what we want to do won't take too long, because it's just me transforming and then Ricard with a load of nets going on my back. In the meantime, can I help repair the ship?
Like help repair it?
Yeah, because I'm the bosun, so I've got strength and carpenting.
You can go out and help carry some supplies. It does look like they're almost wrapping up because it is getting dark.
Mm-hmm. Okay. That's all from me, though.
Go out and you help carry some supplies to the workers. You've got 4 men. 2 are half orcs that are helping to repair.
I'll use my military experience to order them around in hopefully an effective way. Should I roll a athletics check?
Go ahead, roll athletics, and then also roll charisma check.
10. That could have been way worse.
Okay. Yeah, you like go out there and these guys are hammering away and you like try to bark out some orders and they ignore you. And then you start carrying some boards and then they kind of they give you like some appraisal and they start to listen to you as you kind of coordinate some of the repairs.
Okay, nice.
And Sheev, you're just like invested in your work. You don't really.
Yeah, I'm just
hear
copying spells
much.
right now.
Your passive perception is really bad.
No, no, I don't see anything. The only thing that would kind of pull him out is if somebody asked him to do something, or if like Valanthe asked him to do anything. But that's not happened, so he's just gonna be copying spells.
It's like 7:00.
Yeah.
After he's finished working, just quickly, after he's finished working, you're going to see Ulrich on the main deck of the ship, practicing some fancy maneuvers with his sword.
Ooh. You got big fancy lad.
Mm.
Cool. Awesome.
Make a perception check, Laura.
Okay.
After the congregation in the lower deck, I would have moved to the main deck and climbed up to the crow's nest.
Okay. Sounds good. You can also make a perception check.
Oh, okay. Hey.
Okay. Okay, Ulrich, you do not see this, but Gwyn, as you climb to the crow's nest and you kind of look down, you can see Ulrich, first he's like helping out with some stuff, and then he comes and he's practicing some fighting. And you look down and you can just catch the glimpse of a red-skinned tiefling underneath the stairs and like kind of hiding. It's Ecrius, and he's watching Ulrich very pointedly.
Okay.
It's like very difficult to see, but you like peer through the slats of the stairs. You can see him staring up at Ulrich, like watching him intently.
Yeah.
Am I too far away to perform a vibe check on what kind of staring it is? Because if it's
You can try. It'll be a disadvantage. You make
Okay.
insight check at disadvantage.
inside out, just
Vibe check.
Big vibe check.
Double 15s. Okay. As he's like staring and watching Ulrich, there is this moment where he is like looking up and he's watching every movement, and then he kind of turns away and he shakes his head. Kind of hard to
So he clearly doesn't agree with.
okay. I'm not going to do anything about it right now,
Okay,
but I will keep watching him.
sounds good. As you keep watching and you're like curious about what's going on here, he kind of shakes his head, and then after a few minutes of watching Ulrich, he starts to try and mirror him.
Aww.
Oh.
Do I see this?
No.
Ugh.
I'm up in the crow's nest, like trying not to laugh.
It does look like he's trying to hide, so it looks like he's not trying to be found.
Yeah.
But Gwen, you just have the perfect angle to see from above, down below.
I love this.
And he was the artificer, wasn't he?
Yeah.
I thought so, yeah.
So
Or
he was the
artificer.
pickup that you guys found
Yeah.
in Port Rosalka.
Mhm.
Right.
He's a guy who burned down his family's business.
Yes, that one. By accident. And he has a metal man named Judas that he has been actively working on. He's been sleeping in like the lower deck in one of the hammocks.
And honestly, what a name to pick, because that's like asking for trouble.
Judas. Maybe intentional.
The robot becomes sentient and betrays us.
No, actually.
So, eventually, the workers do pack up their supplies and they start to make their way home. They talk to Herc a little bit about their compensation. They're looking for about 3 gold each for these 2 days. But they eventually pack up and go home, and then you guys are kind of left to the ship. There's this light rain in the night, and the 2 moons come up, and there's some breaking of stars in the clouds. Anything you guys want to do before bed? Or anything?
Any messages need being sent out?
You
said what?
Good point, actually. I have ooh, wait, is that? Now I gotta see. Do I I didn't reset my spell slots. Okay, never mind. I have 2 I can send. So I want to send 1 to Poncho again, just because I want to check in and make sure that he's doing good. Basically, it'll just be like, hello, Poncho. Good to talk to you again. Hope all is well. We are heading east.
Okay. You send this out, and you're like magically proficient. Roll an Arcana check.
Ooh, yeah. Oh God. I feel so old trying to relearn how to do the sheet. Okay, Arcana, you said? Okay, cool. I can do that.
You got this, Boomer.
Oh my God, I rolled a 5 for 13.
Maybe not.
Okay. You just get the sense that it's not getting to him.
Poncho? Okay. I'll note that down to then ask again at a later date. So
He's
it's 1.
dead. Or
The
he's
call
blocked
cannot
He's in
repeat a dial. Please leave a message after the tone.
Yeah, he's in an anti-magic field, just permanently. No. Then I'm gonna send a message to. Let me use the spell slot. I have 2 people I want to message, but I'm not sure if I want to do that now. So I'm actually gonna save it. I'm not gonna send one.
I have a quick question, Sparky.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do we know of any people in the news, in the papers, by
Yeah.
chance, or would I?
Like, what are you looking for?
I'm actually thinking, I guess collectively I'd ask you guys, should we start spreading news of us and our tale right now?
I don't think it's a bad idea at all.
I'd get
I
some
don't think it's a
public...
bad idea. She's not there
So-
for the conversation, but he'd be
So-
along with it.
The Havrovic Tribune that you guys picked up from that kid when you guys first arrived in Port Sirac, that has where is it? It has a name. There it is. First of all, Tipo Killiman. He is, and okay, any of us grew up in Ingnasia? No. Ulrich,
I did.
You grew up in Ingnasia, but you grew up in, not right in the city.
Sure, yeah.
But you are aware of Tipo Killiman is a tiefling who is a active journalist, but does write for the Havrova Tribune. So take that as you will. So Ignatian paper. There's also a Lydia Daniels on that newspaper as well. Also writes for the Havrova Tribune. Gwyn and Leo, you would know of Rose Kane, who is a journalist based out of Grok, who has not been writing over the last couple of years because of Ignatian influence within the city itself. But she is known for being a journalist with a lot of integrity in that she will write the exactly what's going on type of thing without the Ignatian influence. But she has been very aloof lately because of Ignatians coming into Grok. She's been hard to find, hard to pin down, perhaps even on the run because Ignatians would not like a journalist like her.
So we have no way of contacting this woman or finding her.
It's
You
not
pretty much have to
necessarily
start in
true.
Grok and go from there.
Right.
Yeah, that too. But also,
How
technically, like sending, if you know the name, you can.
how
technically send
familiar?
it.
Yeah.
You could try to send her a message.
Yeah.
Ricard, you've done quite a bit of traveling, so you would know about Tipo Killiman, and you would know of Rose Kane. But you've never met either of them. But you kind of know of them.
I guess. So, what do we want to share? What am I okay with sharing? Because we have 25 words to figure what message we're going to reach out to Tipo or Rose with.
Well, what is our goal? Like,
I think we should get some public opinion on our side, or try to.
yeah, but Ignatia's split between people who are very pro Ignatia and people who are vehemently anti Ignatia.
And
But
So
as Gwyn
Just so we
saw,
define them.
they beat the people who were dissenters. So technically, would it be maybe public sentiment might change, but it won't be public in terms of they won't be
No.
expressing it, because if they express it, they're just going to get beat to death.
that's
Mm.
It's
the thing.
that classic Jebcat Wafenki fallacy. Like, he might like us, but if it comes down to they be threatened or not, like, they might die.
Yes and no. We are taking a stand, and other people will be inspired by our deeds, known or not. If we make them more known, and if someone is taking a fight to the Ignatians and turning the tide of battle, maybe we will have public support at some point. But unless we take steps to get public backing, none of that's a possibility.
As of right now, our best bet for a favorable report would be Rose Kane, wouldn't it? Because she's not affiliated with the Empire, we'd be able to tell her
Yeah.
exactly what's going on from our
I have-
perspective.
I don't have rapport with her. I know of her and her stories or
Right.
old ones, but
But she's got a reputation for being like honorable.
perhaps we get our own writer at some point on our side to tell our tale.
Maybe
Maybe
try and
even
buy a
Rose.
newspaper. That's how they do it. in
Yeah.
real life.
Take some of that party fund money and buy it and start printing our own newspaper.
Become shareholders.
Mm.
Yeah.
That'd be fun.
Just redo capitalism over again. Just D&D version.
We are the best.
Because the only thing
Yeah.
that Ulrich cares about at the moment is destroying that pirate ship. That Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah, you've got two major papers. Like, you've got the Golden Bugle on the east side that comes from Grak, and then you have the Rhybohr Tribune, which comes from the city. And that Rhybohr Tribune is distributed like throughout all of the Ignasian settlements. The Golden Bugle doesn't usually get out of Grak and Illicet.
Yeah, so sorry if I missed this and you said this. Is the bugle is not Ignatian propaganda
It's
yet,
not,
correct?
yeah, but they haven't even been releasing papers.
Yeah,
because
because
of the Ignatian overtaking of Grak.
Yeah, okay. All right.
Like, you guys
I
were
mean,
in
you do-
Grak, and there was no Golden Bugle running when you guys were there.
No.
It probably won't hurt to reach out to this Mrs. Kane.
No, it probably
Just
hurt.
extend our greetings, introduce us.
I guess we should maybe start with we should introduce ourselves as the crew of the Stormbringer. Maybe keep our names out of it for now, but make it known who we are.
The thing is, though, as soon as you mention the Stormbringer, they're gonna be like, okay, you're what's it called? Followers of
Cadborough.
Cabro, and
Is
you
that
know
what we
what
wanna be
Cabro
known
did.
for?
She flooded the entirety of the
And
city
killed
of Ignatia. And killed thousands of people.
Yeah.
people. Yeah, maybe not that. Do we just start being like full on like independent citizens kind of thing? Like,
I think
independent
so.
citizens for change? Like, I think that's probably what we do, right? Just
I think so, yeah.
we're a
It's gonna
group of
happen sooner or
concerned
later.
individuals, concerned revolutionaries, maybe. I don't know.
We just need to do something or get something out that's going to paint us in a favorable light to all parties, or like, so
probably not all parties. Ingnasia is never going to look at it favorably, but we need to be like, I think our first correspondence should not be like death to Ingnasia. We should probably like ramp into that. We should probably like get in on the ground floor and then start ramping it up.
We could think on it.
Yeah. No, it's a good idea. No, it's genuinely a good idea though. And if we have a night where we have a bunch of unused 3rd level slots, we could do like 9 sendings. Like from, you know what I mean? Like for all, because I think Liv has it too, right? Valanthe has sending as well. I think she does.
Yes, I do.
Yeah. So all 3 of us have it. So we can communicate longer messages because of how many sendings we have. So yeah, I think that's a good concept though. I think you're right.
I will give you this as well. Like Gwyn, you know that Rose Kane has a brother. His name is Captain Arden Kane, and he is a pirate. He is the captain of the Ruthless Raider. But he has his recent reputation has been very distant after a very bad experience involving gods and the Broken Oracles, which were a previous adventuring party who tried to save the world.
Yeah.
So
I remember
those
that
of you
guy.
that were a part of the Golden Oracles, you remember that moment when Rhybohr came down with the giant sword and cut your ship, right?
Yep.
Arden Kane was involved in that situation as well, and he has not had the same reputation since. So he has, in the last 2 years, has been a very distant pirate. The Ruthless Raider is barely seen. Maybe some rumors about him falling into madness.
Oh, interesting.
Well, I'd share any and all context we have on this journalist we're trying to get in contact with. So
Yeah. Okay. Cool. I lied. I will use my last sending. I'm just gonna send to Iharad, and I'm just because I know he doesn't want to talk to me, but I'm gonna send it again. Okay. You will not get rid of me that easily, Iharad. I will talk to you. You will talk to me.
That's all you're gonna say?
Yep.
Okay, you hear back. Yeah, I'll talk to you. Please help me. Please help. I'm in a tower. There's mushrooms. Help.
Yep. I'm gonna let him sit. I don't have any more spell slots, so I'm gonna let him sit for the day, and I'll talk to him again tomorrow. Okay. See if he's not dead to the mushrooms in 24 hours. Okay. Now he wants to talk after the mushrooms attack. Of course you do. Yeah, I think that's gonna be it for me.
Ricard, do you want to send a spell?
No. I don't have anyone that's left we're talking to that's alive.
No,
so
my wife.
So we're not sending a message to
my
Rose
wife.
Kane?
I'm going to hold off on this. We need to prepare something a little better for this and prepare our entrance into the grander world.
Okay.
We need like the thesis statement. We need like
I did not.
Primary sources.
I was saying genuinely though, I think we should wait until like we have a night where we have like 5 sending slots and then just say it in a line with just different voices, so we get like 150 words, right? So it's just like bang, 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 and I think that's what we need to do.
We tell her a story. It's like I started it, you continue it, and then we have
no, seriously, yeah, with all 3 of us, it'll be 3 different voices, but yeah.
Okay, sounds good. All right.
We are the red letters.
Any other pre-bed activities we would like to complete?
I would probably hit town and go on a little propaganda mission.
Okay.
Ooh, yeah, let's go.
Just spread around the good word of the Stormbringers, freeing the innocent people of the grasp of the Empire.
Okay, like you're going into Tavern Row?
Sure. And I'm going disguised as somebody else.
Oh, okay. So you're going to go in disguise and just kind of talk up the Stormbringers?
Yeah.
Okay, make a charisma check with advantage. You can add your proficiency bonus to both of those.
And we act as if we were already level 8.
We act as if what?
As if we were already level 8.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, it's fine.
That kind of you.
It's that proficiency bonus bump. Gotta love it.
Yeah.
That's 26.
Okay. You go into a couple of different taverns, including the Shaughnessy. You get kind of a lay of the land. The Shaughnessy is familiar to you. This is where you met Fanuel, the Rhybohr priestess that gave you guys your original quest, where you also had some relations with the orc dancer. But you're in disguise, so nobody recognizes you here. But you definitely talk up the Stormbringers. You kind of go along the line of these pubs, and people are hesitant to respond to you directly, to say something like anti-Ignatian, because you do notice through the bars that there are some Ignatian robes. You do see a Knight of Rhybohr in the second pub that is just sitting back drinking. But you definitely notice scattered Ignatians throughout, which is making people hesitant to talk about this. But you are able to kind of have some really pleasant interactions with people in terms of nonverbal contact. They give you really responsive nods and smiles. They are happy to hear this, that the Stormbringers have been responsible for taking down the Steelhead, but hesitant to express it verbally.
Cool. Okay. Yep. I'm happy with that.
Okay. It does seem like you have had an impact on these people, and the overall, Gwyn got that impression too when she was out, that the people here in general are quite anti-Ignatian.
Cool. I'm gonna use my 1 hour I have on the disguise save. Maybe spend another spell slot to you for a second hour, but I won't stay late into the night and then return to the ship.
Okay, that sounds good. You make your way through a couple of different taverns. There's quite a few. You don't quite get through all of them on Tavern Row, but you get through about 3 or 4. You get into the 4th pub, and you kind of yell out about the Stormbringer sinking the Steelhead, take a shot, and then leave, type of thing. But those words seem to hang in the air. They have impact. You head back towards the ship. Anyone else?
No, I'm all good.
Kind of settle in for the night. Some of us in rooms, some of us in hammocks, and you can hear the waves outside. And eventually you do hear kind of a crack of thunder, and a thunderstorm hits during the night. You guys can all take a long rest.
Yeehaw.
Okay. Okay, sorry I'm clueless about this. But on my little PDF, it says on my 8th level I get an ability score improvement.
You didn't put it in?
Yes.
Yes.
There are no other details, so how do I go about?
So that's 1 to
Go ahead,
any of
Thomas.
your 1 to any 2, or 2 to 1 of your any core stats, like strength, charisma, dex, that sort of
Or
thing.
feet.
Mhm.
Or feet, yeah, or feet. Do you have sharpshooter yet?
I believe I do. Hold on. Actually, no.
Very
It would
good.
be in features, wouldn't it?
Pardon me, sorry?
It would be in features if I had it.
Yeah.
I do not. So
Do
I
you
should
ever
take-
do -5 to hit?
You're a
That one.
gunslinger, right?
Yeah.
Don't gunslingers have a way to do that? I'm not too sure if you have it.
Yeah, I think that you do have something that's equivalent. Is it Trail of the Desperado?
Um.
No, that's your speed.
Yeah.
Right, no. So you don't have sharpshooter. So that is an option to take the feat, so that you can attack from closer distances. without disadvantage.
It's more the huge damage numbers that you get from it as well.
Yeah, they're really good. Sharpshooter's really good.
And
It
then
will
you
allow you. Oh,
Go ahead.
sorry. No, I was going to say it will allow you to scale very nicely into endgame or later on.
And
later
right
on.
now you have 2 attacks. If you hit both times, it adds 20 damage per round.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah, like straight up 20. No roll, just straight up 20 damage. If you hit
It's a-
twice.
Yeah, it's a -5 to hit though, so bear that in mind. So against high
Yeah.
AC enemies, it's not very good. But
Definitely lucky punk.
Is it the kind of thing I can toggle, or would it be?
yes.
Yeah, you can choose when to
You
use
follow
it.
it.
Just take
Yeah,
a
so it's
-5 to the roll.
Yeah, before you make an attack that you're proficient with, you can choose to take a -5 penalty. If that attack hits, you add +10 to the damage.
Then yeah, I'll take that.
Okay, so
Great.
it's a feature, so you can add it. So you don't take the ASI, you don't take the ability score improvement, you just take the feat of sharpshooter.
Mhm.
Real quick, Sparky, can
Yes.
we delete our own tokens from the map, or
think
do you have to
so.
delete them?
I don't know, can you delete them?
I'm trying to figure out how to delete it. If I can delete it.
There, I deleted it.
Well, you just deleted it.
I deleted it.
Awesome. Can you do that with a Liv's token? Liv from France, not mine.
Yeah.
Cool. I do also have Sheev's new token as well. Oh, why does it show up as Sheev's old token? I don't know why that's the thing.
Just know there are some like modules that are not quite
Yeah.
integrated. But check your like when you open your sheet, check the token part of it.
It is the new token. I don't know why it's still
Check
showing up as
if you click
old
on the
Sheev.
gear, not the gear. Sorry, where is it?
Oh, it's the prototype token thing.
Yes, the prototype
update
token. I feel like it's
see
in a
if it does it
different
now.
spot now. Oh, here, prototype token, and then
Oh,
appearance,
it's not.
and then you
I
have to
have
change your
to.
image path.
Okay, now there's 2 of me. Oh
If you
God.
click on the prototype token, is next to the gear, right of the gear.
Yeah. Then I gotta change my token path. Let me shine token. Huh?
I'll turn my cam back on when I'm done eating.
Okay.
How dare you?
You guys wake up the next morning. Some of you wake up quite early. Some of us sleep in a little bit, I would think. But the workers are there early, and some of you are woken up to the sounds of hammering on the side of the ship. Makes it a little bit difficult to sleep in.
Yeah, I did my
Ulrich.
trance. So
Ulrich doesn't sleep in. He's on the deck
No.
early at dawn, practicing his new maneuvers.
Okay.
yeah, I've gotten my spells copied last night for my new spells, so I'm good. I'm up. I only have 4 hours, so I'm back up on the deck at like 6 o'clock in the morning, probably.
basically. Me and you were just like
So-
walking about, looking around, watching the
Yeah.
sunrise.
Yeah, we don't have to sleep, and we're dead. So nothing like sleeping in. It works for us.
Ain't no rest for the wicked.
Yeah.
I think I'll take a little bit more time than the others to get ready this morning. I'd like to bandage up my wrist so it doesn't just bleed out or get exposed.
Okay.
And I like to wear my little cape around, and once I'm ready, just taking some time to steel myself and get ready to head outside. I will somewhat confidently head on the deck.
Okay. As you go to bandage your wrist, you are kind of looking at this fresh wound, but it's kind of soldered from like it was like the blade was heated. And as you're kind of looking at it, you hear, "Your form has only just begun." And out of that, like your wrist, your nub, you start to see, first of all, it's like a black hand that develops into like a complete shadow, opaque. And then it changes into a sword. And then it changes again into like a needle. And then it changes back into just a nub.
Cool. Okay.
Press XY to go through your character selection screen and pick an item to use.
Mm.
That is so cool. I'll smile definitely at my hand and turn my arm around and just take in what I've just witnessed. And again, once I'm ready, hood on my head, hair. Oh yeah, didn't mention that. I I'll untie my hair from the usual intricate bun I have going on. That was a tradition I kept from being a noble born. And I'll be wearing my a tattered old cape I have in my backpack and head on out, trying to find some breakfast.
Yeah.
Trying to act natural as well.
For sure. I mean, when you come out and onto the upper deck where most of your other crew is at, and you guys kind of see Valanthe with her hair down and just looking in general a little bit different. Her hair, it was kind of like purple before. It's like a stark white, and down and long, and not usual for Valanthe, who's usually quite a composed looking person. And this robe covering up most of her, like, so you can't really see the details of her form.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Sleep well?
Splendidly, surprisingly. I did sleep well. How about
Good.
you?
Well, sleep does not come naturally to me anymore, so I copied new spells. I spent a lot of time on that. I did not hear from Poncho. I tried to talk to him, and my message did not get through to him. So I'm a little concerned about that, because usually when that happens, it is bad news. So I will keep everyone posted. And I also messaged Iherad, the mage, and he was under siege by the mushrooms. So I was planning on letting him sweat for a day because he would not talk to me beforehand. But now that he needs help, he's more than willing to talk to me. So I wanted to ask everyone, while we have everybody here, he may be capable of teleporting. I'm not sure what his magical skill level is. I was thinking of offering him passage on the ship in exchange for help with arcane matters. But I wouldn't do it without asking everybody else first. How would you feel about adding another mage to a retinue of friendly faces across the Stormbringer?
If you honestly trust this man enough to bring him onto our ship, then
I wouldn't
you
say
out.
it's trust him. I trust the fact that he would do anything to get away from these mushrooms right now. It's less that I trust him. So I wanted to see how you all felt about the potential of having to put down the wizard if things were to go badly. Like I said, the opportunity, really quick, Leo, sorry. The opportunity cost is pretty great because he is another wizard. He's quite powerful. So if he were willing to help us, it would be a boon. But again, the downside is he is also a wizard, and they are not known necessarily for liking to share things. So that's why I would ask you guys before that I would actually say anything. And who knows if he's willing to come here or not? He might have already killed the mushroom people. I hope not. He might have already done that. So.
I want to have him here. I think he's gonna be a valuable asset to us.
All right. Well, I will talk to him later tonight if I still have the magical forthwith. How do you feel, Valanthe? How do you feel, Ulrich?
I'm a little unsure. He was, well, the mushroom people, the Myconids, were very adamant about killing him.
They were. They also didn't like us, if you remember. They hate the mages. They did not like you or me either.
Friend in need is a friend indeed. I don't think it's the worst idea.
Was. He'll owe me forever.
I think we need more allies, so it'd be worth it. Though it is a big risk having a mage on board with the potential to spy on us, and amongst other things.
That is true. You are not incorrect.
I get the feeling this guy is a not a team player. I don't think he would be spying for anyone but himself.
It is also true. He likes to be in his tower, far away from everything, and I think he's trapped. Also, again, he may have other ways of escaping. He may have just asked for help because I was talking in his brain. It is just a thought that I had. So no need to be. It may be a no. But the worst thing they can do is say no, right? You might as well ask. You miss 100% of the shots you don't take. So might as well. Cool. All right. So now that we have that, I hope everybody slept well because I'll kind of like look over to the ship to see that the people are there still people working, or did they go to bed and then get up to start working the next day, or did we hire a 24/7 crew?
No, they came the morning, but you guys were up early.
They came in the morning.
Actually.
We were up early. That's right. That's
so
right.
now they are there and they are working
okay,
on
cool.
the side of the ships, hammering
I'm just
away.
gonna. Do we know how long it's going to take for them to finish? I don't want to be rude and ask, and also I look like a ghost.
Got the info, and Ulrich actually helped yesterday too, so they both got the info that the ship will probably be ready before sundown today.
All right. With that in mind, what would we like to do today? Do we have anything we need to do here, or should we just prepare and help to get on the sea as quickly as possible?
I mean, before we leave, we wanna do some salvage mission, right?
Right.
Yes.
Yes. I recently, as of last night, became capable of doing the same thing that our friend Ricard is doing, so we can have 2 large aquatic animals for traversal if need be. What is the plan for that, Ulrich? Did you just plan on going with Ricard, or would you like company as well?
Well, Rykard is not inhibited by the need to breathe. Are you?
Neither am I.
Well, then perhaps we form 2 teams. One large aquatic animal and someone who is unrequiring of breath. And then we split up, salvage the ship in pairs, using the transformed creatures as beasts of burden.
All right, that would work for me. I am not exactly the strongest individual, so it would take me quite a while. And then DM, I have a question for you. Actually, I couldn't do that because I have to have concentration on polymorph, so forget that I asked anything. I was going to ask about your thoughts on how fly speeds would work underwater, because technically I get 60 feet movement with fly, but also I'm not flying. I'm just under the water, so I don't think I would be able to fly underwater.
You would not be flying.
Cool. Fair enough.
No, you'd be...
Fair enough. Cool. So yeah, that's fine with me. Would anybody else like to accompany us on this rescue mission? Because we already have Ulrich turning into a shark and Rykard being retrieval, and I can retrieve and have somebody else become a shark.
If you've got no other volunteers, I've been a shark before. It wasn't awful.
You don't know you want to be a gun shark?
Can you make my shark have thumbs so I can hold the hand?
Yeah, I can make a shark have thumbs. Sure. I don't know if it'll have any mechanical benefit, but I think I can have your shark have thumbs so you can hold the guns.
Or a trigger finger.
Yeah. Okay. Cool.
How does this magic exactly work?
This magic?
The shark magic.
The shark magic? Well, simply I draw runes across an individual's body, and they turn into, for roughly an hour, they turn into an animal of my choice that I have seen before. So I could not turn someone into, like, I have not seen... okay, is there like a famous dinosaur in Root Coast? Is there like, do T-Rexes exist in Root Coast?
They do, yep.
Yeah, but I haven't seen one, but would I have heard of one?
We've fought some dinosaurs where you went around.
Fought bipedal Spinosauruses, not T-Rexes.
Yeah, but not T-Rexes.
No, you wouldn't have seen one.
No, I wouldn't have seen one, but I have heard of one, so I can make a reference to it. Yeah, like I cannot make a T-Rex because I have not seen one, but I can make. We fought those little Spinosaurus thingies. I've seen those. I can make them. Of course, now I've seen the shark, so I can make Gwyn into a shark. Or I've seen an ape in the forests. I can make someone into an ape, but I cannot make someone into something I have not seen before.
No,
Why
but
do
it's still yeah, I just wanted to know but it's still gonna be Gwyn. She's gonna have her wits about her and everything.
Yes, I believe so. She will still be Gwyn.
I don't think they do.
Is that not how polymorph works?
I don't think they retain their mental stats, unless I'm wrong.
I haven't transcribed this spell. I'm just curious.
No, I know. I'm trying to think. I always forget what allows you to do it.
The target's game statistics, including mental ability scores, are replaced by the statistics of the chosen
Oh,
race.
right. It's
so
the
it
wild
retains
shape
its
where they keep them.
personality. So like it's still Gwyn, but
it's
Dumber Gwyn.
Dumber Gwyn.
Gwyn after a lot of shots.
Wise Gwyn. Yeah. It's
Okay.
mostly the creature stats.
Right. So to answer your question, Leo, it is Gwyn. If Gwyn got hit in the head a lot, like Gwyn is not going to be as intelligent as she normally is. She's not going to have the wisdom she normally has, nor the charisma and charm that she normally has. She inhibits the capabilities of the shark. However, she still has Gwyn's personality as a shark. It's kind of weird, actually, now that I think about it. Like, why would they keep their personalities but not keep their it's weird. But I don't question the weave. The weave wills as it does. So
You'll be better looking as well.
there you go.
Punch
Well
Orc
done.
as
That's a
hard
good
as I
one.
can in the arm.
Why would you go to the weave when you can ask the barber?
Just give him a dead arm.
Yes.
Yeah. So,
all right. But they will know that that you're allies and that they're there to help.
Yes. They won't be randomly chomping on our heads. No. Absolutely not. Now, if we were to try to give them like combat instruction, it would not work. They would simply just do what they willed, but they would remember what their goal was and what their plans were. They just would not be able to iterate upon them.
And what you guys can recall from like the steelhead, it's about half a mile off the northern shore. That's about where it went down. So your ship is not currently saleable. So you guys could take off from the eastern docks, you go to the northern docks as aquatic animals, but it might be a little bit of a journey to get from the shore to the diving spot.
Yeah, my thought was, and tell me if we can do this or not, is to like, because we obviously they're on the Ignatian side, so we can't go like off the Ignatian docks. But what we could do is like, because we're just turning into a shark, we don't have to have like a launch dock or anything. Like we could, in theory, just kind of jump off the side of the cliff and then turn into the shark. Is there like a
okay,
like
so
where's the
ship
closest
itself,
spot?
The steelhead spot is off the northern docks. It's not off the western side. That's the Ignatian side.
Oh, okay.
You guys are on the eastern docks. The steelhead is sinking spot is basically just directly north.
Oh, okay, cool.
So you could go off the northern docks. There are less cliffs in Port Surak than a place like Kilima that was all cliffs. If you wanted to jump off a cliff and do it, then you'd have to go to Chestnut Hill and go southeast, which is kind of the opposite direction of where the sink.
No, I think, and that's the case. I misunderstood. That's my fault. I think we just go to the northern docks because that way you can just be like, "Hey, look over there," and then just turn Quinn into him, and then polymorph, and then go from the closest spot possible. Because we are going to also have to swim down. So I would be curious how you'd also rule tying a rope to the two divers. Like if I tie a rope around a portion of Gwyn, like her arm, can I have that tied to her like fin in polymorphing so I don't like, so I can tie myself to her to have her pull me down faster with the shark swimming speed?
You can do that. You can do that, but you'd have to tie the rope to her as she is a shark.
Okay, we wouldn't let it. I can't polymorph her with the rope on.
No,
okay.
You'd have to do it as she is a shark. Tie yourself to her, and then she could potentially pull you down and speed you up.
Okay, cool. Because my move speed underwater is awful.
Yeah,
so
you'll be half movement speed underwater.
Yeah, but
also something to consider is like your constitution. for us, and you're. I mean, some of us don't need to breathe.
Yeah,
But there will be
the diver.
diving down below 200 feet might lead to exhaustion. And
Gotcha. Even if we don't, just because of the pressure.
Because of
Gotcha.
the pressure, yeah.
I'm okay on Constitution saves. Damien, how are you on Constitution saves?
Well, about that, I'm not horrible, but I'm not.
You're not
Great.
good.
I have a +1.
Could you? We can't enhance. No one else hasn't. Do you? Wait, Leo, you have enhanceability, right?
I can help out in.
Would you mind helping out and giving the two of us, me and Rykard, Constitution save bonuses?
I mean, at least for an hour, I can.
Yeah,
do so.
because polymorph only lasts an hour as well.
This whole mission, we have an hour to do all of this.
Yeah, basically we have to do we have to do all of this in an hour, which is also
Actually, we have two 4th level spell slots, so I can do it for 2 hours.
You'll be fine. You take 10 minutes to get there, and 20 minutes.
Yeah,
to
I
start
think we'll
the
be
thing,
okay.
and then-
But yeah, it would be great if you could both Rykard and I could have Constitution save advantages just for resisting the exhaustion because it hurts skill checks, which would
Absolutely.
suck for investigation. And then the last thing is, what are we doing about what we're actually recovering? Because the carry weight's not the problem; it's the vehicle in which we're carrying the.
You ever see Pinocchio?
Stuff.
Yeah, we're carrying it on the.
Wait, guys,
On the sharks. But
have you seen
how do
Pinocchio?
we...
Jack?
I have not seen Pinocchio.
We're gonna start. You're gonna open your mouth, and we're just gonna shove all the items in your stomach.
we're not doing that. Has anybody ever opened our bag of holding underwater? Is the question here.
It will fill with water.
It will fill with water. Shit.
Yeah.
All right. This might be an Ecrius question.
still
Actually,
stuff. I mean, if you stuff things in there, then that would.
Okay,
But
Jim.
yeah,
What if
but
I
it's
don't?
all-
What if I don't turn him into a shark? Right? What if I turn him into a sperm whale?
and then have him
What do you
open his
mean,
mouth
what
and
if?
store the shit in his mouth.
You eat the whole ship and bring it up to the
It's too
surface.
big. It's too big for a sperm.
Damn. Not even a gargantuan beast.
There's no way. It's way too big. It's
In
a
no
very
world.
large ship, and it's made of steel.
Come on,
Okay,
DM. I've
in that
seen One
vein-
Piece. They have that one big whale that eats ships.
Okay, but the sperm whale would not do that. Maybe if you had seen a giant ship-eating whale, it would be able to do that. But you have yet to see any of those.
Clark's just
Not
like,
yet.
nah,
Not
fuck
yet.
that. I love that. Okay. I'm trying to think. Do we have another good way to? Oh, sorry. Go ahead, Gwen.
Sorry, what if we got like a boat and then had the sharks just swim back and forth from the boat to the wreckage and just carry things in their mouth? Like, is that
That's
a bad
not
idea?
that's not a bad idea actually, because you have because okay.
I know
Okay,
I don't have
wait.
that mentality.
No.
You set up
I'd start like
underwater. We need to set up a point where we can put things we want to take up somewhere safe-ish or like somewhere stable, and then just take it up and load. Because if we plan everything out, I can cast polymorph twice. I could cast it again and just start,
I can also
you know?
I can also just polymorph twice as well. I'd use my 4th level spell slots, but I can do it twice.
But then that way we optimize staying down there as long as we can.
Yeah, sharks are incredibly stupid though. You have 1 intelligence. They're like really dumb.
one.
Yeah, 1. Literally the lowest in the game besides
You're just going off instinct, yeah.
We-
Like,
oh,
literally off pure instinct. So it would be hard to have them ferry. Although well, with 1 intelligence you probably don't have the memory capacity either.
Hear me out. We turn them into giant apes and they swim up and down because they're smart.
The apes don't have
I know.
gills. No, I think the shark is fun. I think what we need to do, we just need to do 1
sea
trip.
monkeys.
I think we need to do 1 trip up and down. We just need to find a place. Like, do we have nets? Can we buy like giant nets to like put shit in and then like have the sharks drag the nets back up? Is that possible?
Actually, if that sail is good underwater, we could use the sail as like a makeshift bag too.
Gwen gets a pained look at the idea of using a sail as a knapsack.
Yeah, I know. Gwyn can just take some mental damage at that.
Why don't we use the bag of holding that we have?
It will fill
Alright.
with water, and
We'll fill it with water.
I
but-
guess I'll take out anything we have that's water sensitive now.
Okay, and you can
Yeah.
still put stuff in there even though it's full of water.
True. And what if we bring empty empty? Do we have like empty chests on the ship? There was a chest that we looted when we first got on the ship. Can we empty, or like there were multiple chests actually, right, DM?
Yeah,
There were multiple chests. If we let's say we empty the bag of holding onto the ship, right?
I am
and then
going
we
to
take
just-
the empty chests and put the empty chests in the bag of holding, and then we put the chests in the bag of holding underwater, and then bring it back up with the bag of holding. That I think that would work.
I guess we're doing that. I'm pouring out all the stuff. I'm just gonna pull out a bunch of
No, not on the
shitty-
deck. Not on the deck. Put it in the room with the chest. Don't pour. There's 3,000
Fine.
gold in there. Put the.
I'm not gonna take the. I'm not taking the gold out. What I really want to take out is.
Don't take the gold out. No, I don't want to fucking sort through seawater infested gold. Take the fucking gold out.
Fine. I'm more worried about the ammo and papers
Just
we
take-
have in there.
Just take.
I'm going in the room.
bag
And
of holding.
you're just gonna hear the sound of like pennies falling on the ground. I'm just pouring it all in the room.
No. Put
The
what?
chest is full. It's too much. It's too much. We have too much shit.
How many? Yeah, we have too much shit. What do we have in the bag of holding?
We have weapons, papers, ammo, guns. Apparently, more guns, bullets, and personal effects.
Do not
Yeah,
get my
they
guns
can-
wet.
So okay,
We're not
That's-
going to.
those proficient in Arcana can roll an Arcana check.
All right, cool. That's good. I like rolling dice. I don't actually like rolling dice, but they always fuck me.
I believe in you.
Arcana, normal roll. I rolled a fucking dude.
You spoke that into
on
existence.
dice? Like no.
You said I like rolling dice. And
Can I roll my own?
Yeah, you can roll.
Thank you, Valanthe. Jesus Christ, at least Liv can fucking roll dice. Good God. And
Yes.
Rhybohr.
I'm gonna roll myself, and I'm gonna take an extra d6 because I'm just that cool DM.
Okay.
How
So-
do I?
Okay, so you're kind of discussing this, and the idea of the chests in the bag of holding, but you still would have the same issue that if you open it underwater, it's going to fill with water, potentially bringing the chests up to the top and bringing them out of the bag. So there's a potential that someone needs to be there to like catch the chests if they come out. Ricard and Valente, you both know that if the bag is overloaded, it will rupture and all of the items will be scattered into the astral plane.
Yeah,
Yeah,
no,
so I
this
feel like
is
the
a bad
bag of holding
idea.
is
If you
not the
open it
bigger.
under
problem.
underwater, that is very likely that it's going to exceed the volume, which is 64 cubic feet of a bag of holding, probably within seconds. So all of the items within would be distributed in the astral plane if that happened. Not that it would be lost. Yeah. Maybe you guys could travel to the astral plane to find it, but it is potential that could happen.
It's not very helpful.
I mean, that's. I think that's an interesting physics question. If you open a bag underwater, does the bag now carry the weight of the ocean?
Yeah, it would not. It would be like seconds that it would. The volume would be taken up.
You
by
would
ocean
literally
water.
have to like. Okay, here's a thought: is Ecrius around? How good's Ecrius' constitution? Yeah, well,
You can go
I
wake him up
gotta
if you
go
like.
wake him up.
Okay.
He's got the air bubble spell,
Yeah.
so I'm wondering, because if the air bubble, okay,
Can you learn how to do that?
here I could, but no, I can't. I'm not an artificer.
No. But
What if we take Ecrius, right? What if Ecrius casts air bubble on the bag of holding to buy us a little bit of extra time?
It has to be on
to
a
put-
creature.
Shit.
So
Okay,
you wake
well,
him up and
found it.
you like shake him in the hammock.
Okay, listen.
Okay.
Listen. I know you were just asleep, but listen, I have this really important question. If I cast an air bubble on a bag of holding, does it would it
You
work?
can't do
Can I
that.
cast
It's
on the bag?
bag. It needs to be a person.
Okay, fine. Okay, fine. Wait, also,
What
what
is
are you doing
going on?
sleeping?
Are you
The ship
I'm
needs to be fixed.
tired.
Wake up. Wake
Wait,
up.
that's it.
We have to don't go help them fix the ship.
Okay.
You gave me an idea.
Himself out of bed.
Just put the bag when you want to open the bag. You open the strings with your hand, and someone else fills the bag when it's in the bubble on your head.
Guys,
That's
the
so
bag of holding is
stupid.
not going to be part of
The
this.
bag of holding's not going to work. The bag of holding's not going to work.
Fuck it, let's take
Okay,
another bag
the
of
shark
holding and use
knows
everything.
instinct, so it knows we're not an enemy. So if I were to take the chest and put it in the shark's mouth, the shark could fit the chest in its mouth,
will
but
eat
it
it
wouldn't
probably.
bite down. It wouldn't eat it because it knows I'm an ally and it knows I'm a friend.
What's the smartest aquatic creature we could think of?
No, I
Dolphin,
wouldn't have.
probably.
I wouldn't have seen them.
Have I met a flopper in this world?
Whopper.
A
Dolphins have
flopper?
the
Ariel?
cognition of like a 4-year-old or something. So
Dolphins are super smart, but can dolphins carry humans?
you
Yeah.
could probably like grab onto the tail fin and like
Are
like be
dolphins
dragged,
friendly?
right?
I'd be willing to do a dolphin.
Dolphins are they have an intelligence of 6. I guess they're passable.
No, they're more than passable. 6 intelligence, you can learn a fucking language with 6 intelligence. Like dolphins are smart. So they would actually have cognition. So okay. That's
Dolphins
not a
could
bad
perform
idea.
a task. Okay.
What's the care? Let me look at what the strength of a dolphin is. Just for fucking carrying capacity here.
They've got +2.
They have +2. Ah,
This all
okay.
comes back down to that I've never seen a Blitteros. If only we've seen that crazy fucking
Something to
shark.
consider about dolphins is that they have blowholes, so they need to breathe every 20 minutes.
Yeah. Well, yes, but the original thought is we have 2 uses of polymorph, right? So the thought is use the sharks to get down there in the first place, right? And they can breathe underwater, and then the sharks can do like move the heavy shit. Like if they need to they can move the heavy shit out of the way, and then use the dolphins as a retrieval team if we can't figure out the shark problem. We have 2 goes at this technically. Okay. Sorry,
This
for everybody watching, I
shenanigans.
promise we're better than this usually, but this is dolphin retrieval team, so this is important shit going on. Okay.
We're literally the
DRT.
shitty
So-
SEAL Team 6. We're Dolphin Team 6.
Really shitty SEAL Team 6.
You've heard of the B
So-
team? We're the C team.
unironically. So the 4 of us, so Sheev, Rykard, Gwyn, and Ulrich are going to go for this. We need Leo there with us as well. Actually, fuck it. Let's all of us go to this dock so we can have everybody there. Unless, Valanthe, do you need to be anywhere else this morning besides helping our crack team of retrieval specialists to recover potentially gold and jewelry and important items from a Ignatian shipwreck?
No, I have nowhere else to be. Thank you.
Wonderful. Excellent. So, how does everybody feel about that? Going and doing this now? Just get out of the way?
Can we do this in a series of roles, or are we gonna like roleplay this?
Yeah, I'm going to make you guys roll.
Okay.
Cool.
So when you guys tell me that you're ready to go, then we will try.
I think we're ready to go.
I think we're
But
ready.
before we leave the ship, I do want to say that Valanthe, we should talk again later tonight. Okay?
I mean,
Yes, we should.
isn't that the elephant in the room, huh?
Acria says, "You're telling me." He goes back to hammering on the side.
I mean, we could just talk about it now because we're all thinking it. No,
Do we do? Okay, wait. I'm okay
it's
talking
not
about
like a
this now.
secret.
We do
It's
this
not a
now,
secret,
or
we
do we
can
do
see.
this? Do we do this after we do SEAL Team retrieval?
I think before. I just want to know what's going on with. I'll point my hand and just kind of cross my arm a little dramatically.
All right, let's do this now.
You do. If there's any consolation, I do like the new look. Very
Thank
fitting.
you. Thank
Well,
you very
for
much.
fitting company.
So we're discussing Riley's hand.
Well, you don't know about
Riley.
the hand.
Don't
You
think so,
only
no.
see the hair and the pale skin.
Ah.
Yeah.
Did you die?
I did not die. No. I made a small sacrifice to improve my situation, and
Go on about the sacrifice. That part does sound kind of critical to the whole. Blood, hair, limb, soul. What are we working with here? I've got all day.
can I, Sparky? Can I summon my shadowy hand at will?
So, as you kind of try to do this, and you kind of focus in on yourself, and you feel the connection to Shadat, you can, but it involves activating your form of dread.
Okay. So I'll just feel for it, but not activate it. I'll pull my cloak aside and reveal my 2 arms, and you'll see my missing left hand. So just
What the hell have you done? And for what? I'm looking.
Are you in pain at all? Are you hurt?
You lose your hand?
It does hurt. There is still very much pain.
Ah. Yes, it hurts. But I'm not in a bad shape. I don't know how to explain it very clearly, but I was offered a deal by the God Killer. In exchange for a hand, I am now able to conjure up weapons.
Hmm. Have
Are
you
they-
used them yet? Have you had a chance to explore their uses and their capabilities?
Not yet, no. I have been shown what I can do, but I haven't used it.
In
What
any
was-
case,
Hmm.
you first. My apologies. I'm just
No,
still
I'm
taking
just
this all in. It's
curious. What was the, aside from losing your hand, was there any other deal you had to make? Anything we should be aware of?
Not particularly. Nothing changes too much.
well,
Apart from my hand.
and your hair and skin complexion.
Sure, that's just cosmetic. Nothing
That is true. I am
fundamental
taking-
about me has changed since last night.
Can I insight that?
Yes?
Sure. What are you trying to figure out?
If you're being truthful, but I don't know if you gave something else up in this deal. You know, aside from like your hand.
I'm
I don't know. I don't know you well enough.
I listen. As long as you're okay, this was your decision. You clearly made it, and I trust you. I just would hate for you to get hurt by someone named the God Killer. But if you feel more powerful and you feel comfortable and that you've made the right call, I trust you.
Thank you. It means a lot to me. I really appreciate it. I do think it was a good decision, and I hope to show you soon how useful this can be.
This God Killer. What did he tell you? What he was? I mean, it's pretty obvious what his actual goals are. It's in the name. But did he tell you what his next plans are? The last time that we saw him as a group, besides on the hill staring at us creepily, was he was destroying. From what I remember, what everyone else told me, he was destroying a church nearby. So, what is his next? Do you know his plans at all? What he's planning
I'm
to do?
not sure of immediate plans. He was very secretive, very guarded. But I don't think it was because of me. I think it was mostly his experience of other people. He did mention quite obviously that he wants to bring down the authority of gods and diminish their influence and their powers one by one, slowly but surely. And
He did mention, this conversation was a while ago, and he did mention as well that he was heading towards the Red Depth.
the Red Depth.
So he's going for the cook then. Yes, that seems to be this plan. She is the one who is usually in the Red Depth, and she is the one who almost took us out the first time we tried to cross. So, right. Well. Huh. Interesting.
Can you just say why you're doing this?
The same reasons I've been holding up for this entire adventure. I want to be powerful enough to protect my close ones. I will do anything to protect the people around me. And that has not changed and will not change ever. This is my mission now. This is what I'm devoted to.
Well, I don't know. The guy that you were dealing with was not called the God Protector, and he didn't give you a shield. He gave you a weapon apparently, which is not usually meant to protect. But if it works out the way you want, then that's good, I guess.
Well, they do say the best defense is attack, so
It never really made much sense, I think. But
Well, that's something I can get behind.
I'm glad you understand.
you should get to sparring then, because I've never seen you so much as look at a sword ever since we met. But
I'm sure Ulrich can teach me the bases. It's fine. I still have everything else that I've learned. That hasn't gone away. That hasn't disappeared.
Magic and extreme mage capabilities plus potential swords. It is the best of both worlds, apparently. So, yes, I'm very happy that you are okay with this.
Thank you.
I don't not like you, Valenthe. I just don't like them.
No, I get that. But don't worry too much. I'll be fine.
And I will have everybody roll a perception check.
9.
Okay. Sorry, everyone but Valenthe. Ulrich and Leo, as she says, I'll be fine. You see in her left eye this black tendrils like overtake her iris for a second and then like quickly wipe back. It's like fast, and you only notice it because you're looking at her, but definitely there.
I hope you know what you're doing, Valenthe.
Thank you. I trust my decisions.
Let's go salvage some stuff, I think.
Sure. Let's go.
Okay. You guys head off to the northern docks. Now, which way would you like to go? Would you like to walk through town, or would you like to go up through Tavern Row? That's the first way. Would you like to walk through town, like going up through Tavern Row, or would you like to go around through the docks on the coast?
Probably the coast,
man.
I would say.
Yeah, probably the coast. Will it take longer on the coast, or quick, or shorter?
It's about the same. There's not that significant of a difference, but definitely
probably
you're going
coast,
to run
then.
into less people through going through the coast.
Yeah, coast then.
Okay. You guys walk along the docks and you like take note of the emptiness on the eastern side until you round the northern side. And on the northern side of the docks, there are definitely some people moving around. You see sailors moving and getting ready to go out for fishing for the day. And you see several chestnut salesmen along the docks selling these roasted pans of chestnuts and stirring them and getting them ready to go. There are also a few shops that kind of veer off towards Merchant Row that you can see from a distance. There are a few ships on the northern docks, all look to be kind of smaller fishing ships. But you can see far off to the west that there is another Ignatian ship with kind of dark purple, bluish sails. You guys also see 2 Knights of Rhybohr patrolling the northern docks.
All right. Is there like I know you said there's no cliffs. Is there like a beach or something along, like that's not exactly at the northern docks? That's like
like right on the corner here, this northeastern corner. So
Yeah.
you guys are kind of elevated above the northern docks, but it's like more sandy, not exactly a cliff, kind of sandy, grassy, and you can see down to the northern docks, and that's where you can see the people and the Knights of Rhybohr. And it doesn't seem like they have noticed you guys because of the angle that you're standing at. If you were to go down, there is like a little beachy area, this northeast corner.
Okay. And how much of a distance is it between them and the actual docks themselves?
The beach and the docks?
Yeah.
The beach and the northern docks are probably like 100 feet away, but you have a little bit of
So
coverage because of elevation.
Yeah. So we're not
trees.
actually like wasting a bunch of time to go to the docks, like in terms of getting from the shoreline to the ship. Like we're not wasting a bunch of time.
Well, you guys pause here because if you're to go any further through to the northern docks, it is likely that you're going to be seen by people.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah.
Well,
where you guys are now, you're pretty innocuous. Like nobody has.
I think here's pretty good to launch in. I think we're close enough. Does anybody have any complaints? Also, ropes. Do we have who has rope on them by chance? Do we have at least one, or do you have rope on you? Does anybody else have rope? Cool.
I believe I do.
So the plan right now is for, as far as I'm aware, and just correct me if I'm wrong, the plan is for Ulrich and Gwyn to turn into sharks. Sheev, myself, and Rykard will tie ourselves to the sharks, and we'll go right down to where the ship is, investigate, and then we'll put into these chests, and I'll pull out the chest that I'm holding. Into the chest, we'll put the loot, and then we'll bring it back up to the surface. That sound good? Excuse me. Does that sound good to everybody?
Yeah, let's do it.
Yep.
Let's do it. All right. I think you're muted, or we cannot hear you, Clark.
Who's turning into sharks?
Myself and Gwen.
Okay. So that's the first step here. Okay. So Ulrich and Gwyn get into the water, and we're doing 2 polymorphs, one from Sheev and one from Ricard, right?
Yep.
Okay. So
And just to clarify, Gwyn and they all left their stuff. Like they're not like the guns and stuff are not going in the water. They're They're going to stay here on the shore.
Sure, sounds good. Gonna unhook the holster. Gwyn and Ulrich step into kind of the shallows, and it's like the Little Mermaid magical moment where she's got all the glitter behind her, and you guys, this magic kind of comes up from underneath the water and surround you guys.
Yep.
And you have 2 giant sharks floating in the water. They need to kind of swim out of the sand to get into deeper waters right away. And then you guys are tying ropes.
Yep. So I'm gonna grab one, and then Rykard's gonna grab one, and then we're gonna try and tie rope to one of the fins that is the least, probably like one of the top, probably the top fin.
Okay, let's roll 2 sleight of hand checks.
All right, I'm not bad at this. Before we do this though, because we have to go into the water. Before this, Leo, can you make us a little more constitute, please?
Sure.
Wonderful.
I'll cast announce ability on Sheaf and Rykard.
Yep, cool. So we have Constitution advantage on Constitution stuff, and then we need to do checks. So sleight of hand, you said, correct? Yes.
Yep, and I'm gonna need you guys to all 4 people participating, the sharks and Sheev and Ricard on top. You guys are all gonna need to make investigation checks.
As a shark?
Cool.
Like from a shark?
Shark.
Yeah, so it's gonna be real bad.
Do you know what the modifier of the shark is?
Yeah, it's -5.
Okay, so just
My sleight of hand check is oh boy. So you have a
That'd
-2
be a 9.
a 9.
and a 9 for investigation for the sharks. But my sleight of hand was 16 for the sleight of hand check. And then for my investigation check,
Ricard, roll
what did
your
you roll,
sleight of
Damien?
hand as well.
9? Oh boy. Okay.
And
So I need to
Leo
roll
or Valente,
good,
if
big
you want to help
whammies.
tie the ropes, you guys can take advantage on the sleight of hand checks.
27
Okay.
for my investigation check. But is it
Which will hopefully
advantage
be able
because
to-
Valanthe's helping? Okay, cool.
Not for investigation, but for the sleight of hand.
Yeah, let me just roll again, just see if I do any better than 16. I did not, so it'll be a 16 for Sheev.
Okay. Okay, Ricard?
9 total.
That's investigation.
For your
What's
sleight of
your,
hand. Roll
sleight
an
of
advantage sleight of hand
Oh, okay.
to tie the rope. Okay.
18.
Okay. So you guys tie it off and okay. So from Valente and Leo's perspective, you guys are watching kind of from the shore or the beach, and you watch these two fins navigate through the waters, and you can see Sheev and Ricard being pulled from behind, kind of flopping in the water, and they eventually disappear from view. Okay. And Sheev, you have to kind of communicate to the party on what direction you think you need to go in.
Yeah,
and you
I
try to-
have message as a cantrip. So I'm wondering if, like, because the messaging for cantrip
Does
is
it have verbal components?
like, oh, it doesn't. I can't use
Yeah.
verbal components, can I?
So,
Shit.
so the sharks, immediately kind of going off of some instinct, start to veer off towards where there is food and towards fish. And you
Yeah.
kind of have to try to pull against the water. So this process of finding the shipwreck, it takes several hours to the point where your polymorph runs out after the first hour.
Oh god. Yeah. Okay.
So you can
We
re-up
come
the
back
up
polymorph
refresh?
if you like.
Yeah, I think well, because we wouldn't be able to get back to shore. Could we?
Sheev, you're trying to like direct towards the west, and the sharks keep pulling you to the east. You're trying to communicate underwater, and it's just really difficult to
Yeah.
do. The ropes seem solid. It seems like they're not going anywhere. But
It's the
eventually,
direction that matters
you and
here.
Ricard both feel like you're within 5 or so minutes of this spell running out. The polymorph is about to, and you guys are kind of offshore by about 250 feet. You can see the docks behind you. You know you have to be relatively close to where the shipwreck is, but your polymorph
Alright.
is about to run out.
That's fine. Then what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna re-up my polymorph, but I'm gonna try dolphin this time, so they have at least some level of intelligence. So it's gonna change a bit, and I know that's gonna make the. What I'm hoping is, and I hope with my sleight of hand check, I made a knot that can be tightened, and so basically what happens is when I change it, I'm gonna be close. I'm gonna tighten it around the fin because it'll be a smaller fin, but I'm hoping it's still
Yeah,
tight
I mean, when
and it
you
still stays
change
on.
the polymorph, it will like you're gonna have to change the rope too, but that's fine. You
Yeah,
can
that's
use the
fine.
same roll. You
Yeah.
kind of loosen it and
I'm
tighten it back up
I'll use
again.
the slot then.
Okay, so mark
Do
off your
dolphin instead of shark.
polymorph slots.
Yep.
And Ricard as
Yeah.
well.
Yeah, man. I should have gone with the dolphin. The intelligence difference is too much.
I have a question.
No.
From the shipwreck, shouldn't there be any sort of debris, barrels, chests, corpses, anything floating?
Yep, that's what the
Or maybe-
investigation checks are for.
Yeah, and
But we
everyone
just rolled.
horrible.
We had a -2 on one of those
There's
investigation
a -2
checks.
in
So,
there. Yeah, it's really bad.
and Sheev is able to try. He's trying to direct and communicate, but they're also underwater, which is making it incredibly difficult. So,
Yep.
So Ricard, Ricardo, you there?
Yeah, I'm here.
Yeah, make sure you mark off that second polymorph, okay?
I did. I don't have any more 4th level spell slots.
Okay, so Gwyn and Ulrich, you kind of feel yourselves as this hour is coming to a close. You feel your body like slowly starting to transition back to yourself, and you feel your senses kind of start to come back, and then it all kind of switches again, and you feel yourself transforming into something else. But you do.
But
feel
you have
like
intelligence this time.
A little bit more competence as a dolphin. Okay. And as you kind of, about 10 minutes into being dolphins, then you guys start to see some wreckage up ahead. And I'll have you all roll perception checks.
No, no, my weakness.
And I'm also
Dolphin's
going to have
perception.
Sheev and Ricard. I need you to both roll Constitution saving throws.
So you get advantage on that, which is great. But Dolphins have for perception, you got +1 to that roll. Okay, so sorry, you need a Constitution saving throw from me, and
So
then
it's,
your perception from.
We have a +1 to perception, yeah?
Yeah.
Ooh, very nice.
Yeah, +1, yes.
Thank God you did well.
I rolled 2 nat 1s.
Whoa,
How is that
what?
possible? I rolled 2 nat 1s. Can we talk about that for something? I haven't rolled. What the fuck am I supposed to do with that?
Okay.
Okay, I rolled 2
You
nat
died.
1s.
As you're like getting dragged through the water, you actually Gwyn at some point as a shark like veers off to try and catch a fish, and she smashes you into a piece of coral. You're gonna take 1 point of piercing damage as you like scrape against it, and you're also gonna take a level of exhaustion as like this just wearing on your body this whole process.
I mean, sure. People are like, man, your rolls aren't that bad. No,
2 nat 1s.
no, they certainly are.
Ricard, make your
okay.
perception check as well.
You said exhaustion level 1.
Yeah. This is like not an easy process. Even despite you guys being undead and not having to breathe, like it's very hard on your bodies to be going through this, to be dragged on a rope behind by active sea creatures. Okay, but you do see up ahead, Gwyn veers off to the west, and she sees at first like a board, and then there's a body of a sailor, and then part of a mast, and then you guys are able to see the steelhead up ahead. And it's broken into 2 pieces. You have kind of the last 3 quarters, and then the other quarter where the engine room was along the sea floor. And it's not super deep here. Like it's maybe 300 feet down. You guys are about 150 feet up from the wreckage. So you can dive down deeper to go explore.
I think we dive down deeper. I have a request. Can I? What's up? Sorry, good.
No, go ahead.
Can I use my 27 investigation from earlier? Do I have to roll again?
We're gonna have to roll again to search the ship.
Oh God. Okay. All right.
And I will say this about Sheev and Ricard as you're like appraising this. If you're gonna go farther down, you're gonna have to make another con save to deal with the pressure.
Well, I already have 1 level. Might as well make 2. Yeah, I'm okay with it as long as Rykard is. I'm okay with it.
I'm okay with it. I'm not a combatant anyway. I'll just take a nap on the ship for like 6 hours 12 hours straight, I guess.
Just a casual 12-hour nap.
Can you guys even sleep for that long?
No, but it would have to. I mean, if I get another level, it'd be 2 days to get rid of my exhaustion levels, but it's fine.
Like, how do you guys want to approach the actual investigation? Like, as dolphins, are you guys gonna put stuff in your mouths, or?
I was thinking that we'd tie into nets and then just drag the nets in our mouths. Yeah.
Okay, so everyone roll an investigation check.
Okay.
Okay.
And what do we have on that?
You have -2.
Most swimming never comes up. You're in a sea campaign, so it's basically swimming in ocean stuff constantly.
unlike similar to -2. Fuck, that was +2. Can I use my class features with this?
Yes, you can.
I
With
think
polymorph
class
you can, yeah.
features you can, yeah.
Okay, fantastic. I'm going to use tactical mind, and I'm going to add fuck's sake, a 2 to it.
I'm really good at this, but the problem is I have disadvantage because of my fucking exhaustion level. So I'm gonna roll like a
use
dog shit.
class features polymorphed.
I can't use class
No, you
features or
can't.
polymorphed.
No. For true
You can't
polymorph, you
overclock.
can.
I have rolled a 1, a 1, a 9, and a 3. Like,
Okay, so what do we got going
come
on here?
guys.
We got
14.
15,
I have plus 11.
16, 14. Yeah, that's not too bad. That's not too bad. Oh, so Urix is 18.
Mhm.
Oh no, because class features don't count.
No,
So it's
16. Yeah, apologies, 16.
So, you guys go for it, and you dive down. You guys kind of communicate non-verbally. You point. The dolphins, veer and go down, and head for the ship. Sheev and Ricard, as you get down below 200 feet, you're gonna have to roll another con save.
I'm gonna be done with.
As you feel like your ears start to pop and the pressure in your head.
Yeah, it's just as advantage on ability checks, so I can still take the advantage on the saving throw.
Right.
What in the what? I rolled a 1 and a 5, dude. This is unreal. 8 for Sheev. 8.
I'm flawless.
Okay. Give me a second.
That's another exhaustion level for Jack. Oh,
So,
boy.
what I miss?
Sheev just took another exhaustion level.
I rolled a 1 and a
good.
5. I don't understand what I'm supposed to do. I can't fight it.
Sheev,
We're gonna be traveling in a little bit. You'll have a couple uninterrupted days.
Ricard, you can see this happening beside you. Like, as you get below 200 feet, you're like maintaining, you can feel the pressure in your head, Ricard, but you look over at Sheev and you can see he's like in and out of consciousness, and his grip loosens on the rope. And Sheev, you start to float back up to the surface. But the rest of you, and Gwyn, you notice behind you, because he's on your rope, right? Gwyn is on Sheev's rope. You feel the weight come off. Not that Sheev weighs that much, but you do feel the weight come off the end of the rope. So you have the choice to keep going, or turn around, or do something else.
Looking at him, does he look hurt? Like there's anything I could do in my dolphin form?
It just looks like the pressure is too much. It looks like that he is probably going to float up to the surface. He looks still conscious, and as you
the good news is
look up, it does look like he is just grasping to get to the surface.
Okay. I don't want to like push him towards the surface because I don't want to get like elevation sickness or whatever that is when you surface too fast. Yeah.
The beds.
We're gonna end
Go
and like
back down to the ship. Honestly, keep looking.
Okay. Within the ship, you guys find a couple of nets that make it easier to gather some things. You find several great swords, Sarakian steel great swords. You find a couple of pistols. You find a locked chest.
Someone writing this down.
Yeah.
One of the great swords looked like a flamberged Zweihander. So like a wavy flame looking like long, like great sword.
Sure.
Nice. Dibs on that one.
And you also find like there's several bodies, like Knights of Rhybohr. You guys could try.
Do we find the captain?
You do not see the captain.
Sorry.
The captain's quarters,
Hi, Kitty.
which is labeled. There's like a label on the top which Ricard can read, but it's locked. So you guys could try to get into the captain's quarters, but you'd have to probably break down the door or do something to get inside. And Sheev, you break through at the top of the water, and you just feel like, you feel secondly dead. You feel dead again. You feel super exhausted.
Can we help reel him in, me and Leo?
He's quite far away. You guys can make perception checks to see if you can see this.
I might. Let me check one feature. I might have something I could do to help.
It's a 23 for me.
11.
Okay. You guys are like trying to get a gauge on what's going on. Like you definitely see that there's some struggle at the beginning. And you guys are waiting and waiting. You guys are waiting on the shore for like an hour and 15 minutes before you see a small head break through the surface of the water. Valenthe, you can barely make it out. But you swear that that's Sheev's hair, but it's kind of hard to see.
Yeah, I mean, so what do I have I'm still conscious, right? I can just start flying over.
Yeah, you're conscious.
Yeah, I'm just gonna like
exhausted.
Come out of the water and then just kind of just glide over, water dripping off of me. My mind shattered and my
really
life
slow
over.
Because your 20-foot movement speed right now, because you're halved.
Well, I 15 anyway. I can only fly 15 feet, so my move speed is 7 feet right now. So I am moving roughly 1 foot per second.
Of the water if you want to, because you have
fly
speed.
Yeah, but my fly speed is only 15 feet.
Oh, okay, sorry. Yeah, so 7. So it takes you a really long time. So from Valenthe and Leo's perspective, you see Sheev come out of the water, and then like, just like a very slow haunted mansion type of ghost float above the water at a glacial pace, coming back to you guys.
I do think. Okay, do I see? Like we're close to the docks. Do I see that? Has anybody noticed me? Like just the fucking ghost over the water.
Check. You're like 300 feet.
Oh, don't make me roll! I literally can't roll. Don't make me do it.
So my dolphins and Ricard, do you guys want to try for the captain's quarters?
Yeah.
100%.
Yes. 100%.
Okay. So what do you guys want to try to do?
Could I use any of my knowledge of like Ignatian ship layout to try and guide me, just off like instinct?
Well, you're still you, and you've been on this ship before, so you do
fantastic.
Have some knowledge of how it's set up.
Okay, fantastic. I'd like to do that then.
Like to do what?
Head towards the captain's quarters.
Okay, so the door is locked, so you can either try to break it down or try to find a key if you'd like.
I think in my dolphin form, I'd try and break it down, I would say.
Okay, so go ahead and make an athletics check, and if you
I would like to coordinate that with Ulrich, see if we can
you guys can
work
ram it together. Yeah.
Okay. Do you know what the dolphin strength mod is, or athletics mod is?
I believe it's +2.
I would say probably +2, yeah.
Yeah, +2. So
nice.
Well, D20 +2.
I got a 4. Can I roll with advantage, or just
either one of you roll with advantage or both roll. Your choice.
Can we just roll again? Yeah.
Do you want to take it? Go for it.
Yeah, I've got faith in this. Come on, baby. Okay, 15, 16.
Okay.
16.
Yeah, and the door is like pretty easy to break. It's been sitting underwater for all night, so you guys are able to just like coordinate, and Ulrich kind of bashes it the first time and kind of dazes himself, and then when you reel back and you burst through and you guys swim inside. Inside the captain's quarters, there's like a bed and a desk, and on the desk there are several piles of papers that look a little ruined. You guys kind of go through the desk as best as you can. There is a scroll container there that you guys can grab if you want.
I will grab that in my mouth.
And there is also a small locked chest.
I'll try and grab that. Are there any armor or weapons here?
No.
No, okay.
Please tell me I get some spells out of this miserable experience. Please let that be a spell scroll case. Please.
There's no spell scroll case.
There is a scroll. It is a scroll case. And then you guys take this locked chest and you guys kind of put in this net and you're kind of dragging this stuff through. You could go all the way down and like search the ship to the lowest deck. In the lowest deck, there are some other sets of Knights of Rhybohr armor as well.
Like Ignatian steel,
Serakian steel, yeah.
Striking steel. So yes.
Serakian steel armor, yeah. It is very distinct. It's like this like purpley gold type of armor.
I think we leave what we've collected in a secure spot and see what else we can find.
Yes. Yeah.
Okay.
So you guys take the nets and you kind of place them next to the ship, and then you go and you kind of search a little bit more in depth. Hang on a second. Yeah, okay. But that's pretty much all you find. Like in that lower deck, there are more swords. There are more swords that you can carry in the bottom, as well as more armor that you can carry. But you do find Ignatian robes as well. War mage robes, just regular soldier robes.
Those would be useful if we can get them. Those would be very, very useful.
War mage robes, you say?
Mm-hmm.
Those would be very, very useful. If
Oui,
we
oui.
have them.
I think one of us should grab soldiers plate armor that's down there, and
Yeah.
someone else should grab a mage armor.
I don't think I can carry the plate. I'm not that strong.
Yeah, especially underwater. It'd be hard for you to carry.
Could you carry robes though?
Yeah.
Well, then maybe Ulrich and I could work together to carry the heavy stuff.
You guys can get like a set of armor out with the two of you. Looking at your nets and your carrying capacity as dolphins, your strength is 14 each. So you can carry it with the net as it currently is now. If you keep loading it up with armor, it's really going to weigh you guys down, and your polymorph might run out before you can get it back to shore. Because it's gonna be quite heavy now with your couple of great swords in there, and the chest. You guys took two chests. One is a locked bigger chest. One is a small locked chest. The great swords are heavy. The armor is heavy.
I say we risk it.
Yeah.
So, how many sets of armor do you guys want to take?
Just the one, I think.
Just the one.
Just
Yeah.
one. Okay, Ricard. Actually, I'll just have you roll one last investigation check. Let's do a Hail Mary here.
Hail Mary investigation check. I guess I'll pop my last D6 here too. Why not?
I believe in you, Rykard. Bless you, Gwen.
I'm a guidance myself too. Well, I can't guidance myself.
What are we as dolphins? I almost did this on my.
-2.
Investigation is -2.
21. Let's go.
Okay.
Okay.
How much longer are we gonna go for, by the way?
I'm not sure. I may want to wrap this up at least. Ulrich,
Okay.
can we roll investigation?
Yes, I can. Is it a -2 mod?
Yeah.
-2. And I got a -1, so literally anything better than that would be great.
A 9. Oh.
Okay. So, Ulrich and Gwyn as dolphins, you coordinate to get this last set of armor out. You load up the nets. And Ricard, you're just kind of floating through and swimming through, looking for anything else that you guys may have missed. And in the captain's quarters, you noticed laying against kind of the corner of the room is a staff.
I'm gonna swim towards that.
Okay. And you can grab it and you take it. And you can swim with it if you like one, and you can hold on to it. Okay.
I guess this is the luck of Huthader that Fabled Cape provides.
And you guys have maybe about 35 minutes left on the polymorph, but you guys are able to drag the nets back towards shore. And in the last, 5 minutes, you guys come back up to the northeastern beach here. You start to feel the change, but you are able to just drag these nets into the shallows with all of your loot.
Nice.
Nice.
Good hustle, guys. Good hustle.
And Sheev makes
Seal
it there
Team
about
6.
the same time, because it takes him that long to get there.
It's so cold. This is so cold.
Where is it? Find it.
Where were me and Valanthe?
You're
doing
at the
that?
northeastern beach, so you see them all come up with the
At the beach,
nets
okay.
and
And then essentially
Sheev.
keeping a lookout so that we're not
Yeah.
Yeah,
ambushed.
you guys can all roll
Get back.
perception checks.
Everyone?
Now you're back to
My-
your regular stats. You're no longer a dolphin.
Yay.
Or
Yeah, you can
shark,
grab
for
your
that
gun and
matter.
stuff too.
Did you say investigation?
Perception.
Perception.
14.
That's an 8 for me. Can't roll above a 10.
Okay. Distantly, Gwyn, you can hear, on the other side of the northern docks, just, beyond this beach, over this little, grassy hill, you can definitely hear some movement going on in the northern docks. Maybe there were people watching. It seems like most of the time you guys were underwater, so it's probably okay. The only thing that maybe would have revealed you guys would have been Sheev. But it seems like nobody's coming over this way that you guys have seen yet.
Okay, I'm gonna say to the group, hey, let's get this show on the road. We may be experiencing some company soon.
Bubble. What was that? I can't hear you. Bubble.
Excuse you, I'm no longer a dolphin.
She's not a dolphin anymore. You guys are done. The polymorph is up.
Oh.
I would like if somebody would be able to help me. I
is,
am
not looking
feeling
so good.
terrible.
I'm gonna
Okay, right.
Cut on
I'm
his
gonna put my
neck,
arm-
too.
put my arm under his arm and like
That
try to
would
hold
be
him on my
great. Thank
shoulder.
you very much.
Let's-
I do not
Let's
feel
get out
very
of your
good.
buddy.
You can ride on my
Okay.
shoulders if you want to.
Whatever works would be helpful.
What happened?
So we're not going back to the wreckage.
Probably not. No, I do not have any more spells capable of transforming. Anybody, unless we were to take a rest and then come back. But I do not feel very good, and I do not want to go into the water again. The water and I are not friends.
All right, then I would like to do something before we go. This doesn't really involve you. You can start sorting through the stuff. I'm gonna
So we
go.
Go through our hall at the ship. We should move. now.
Yes, agreed.
I'll take a minute to cast Conjure Minor Elementals. And I'm gonna kneel down on the beach, reaching to my amulet. And slowly the sand's gonna start shifting underneath my hand, and 8 creatures are gonna burrow out from the sand, from the earth. If it's allowed. They are Kargras, which are small elementals. They are official content. I can post their stats here. Then they don't really matter that much, anyways.
Okay.
They are elementals. They are earth elementals, small earth elementals, and they eat metal. And they can fly, and they can phase through earth, and they can also. They don't need to breathe because they're earth elementals.
Okay.
So I basically want to summon them, and I want to send them. 8 of them. 8 of these small weird creatures are gonna emerge, and I'm gonna send them in the direction of the ship to go and have at it, basically, because they like to consume metal. To basically
Okay.
give
What are they called again? Sorry.
they're Cargrass.
How do you spell it?
It's
I
in the
put
chat.
I put it in the chat. They
I can't.
this is an
Chat.
updated version from an official document they put out, and they also were in second and first edition as well. In which case they look weirder even.
Okay.
And I just want them to go out to the ship and start munching away, so that in that way
Gotcha.
Surak can get some of the metal back that they stole from him.
Gotcha. Okay, so yes, you kind of channel and you press a hand to the sand, and these like there's this rumbling underneath the ground, and then these little creatures pop out, and they have these kind of like flower-like mouths that are just like chomping at the air, and you direct them towards the northwest, and they take off along the seafloor. And it does seem like they might take them a while to get there, but it seems like they are almost like attracted to. There is a huge steel smell somewhere underneath here that they are attracted to. So they head off that way. Sounds good. So you guys have these 2 nets pulled into the shallows of the water here of the beach. You're going to have to drag it along the coast to get it back to the Stormbringer.
Let's get to it.
Okay.
That's going to be an Ulrich task. I can't do shit right now.
Okay, you guys...
I'll cast Enhance Ability on myself and Ulrich, so we can carry double, and then we can...
Sounds good. Yeah. Okay, sounds good. You guys enhance ability, and you guys grab at these nets, and it's kind of a bit of a team effort to do it. You kind of have to take on some turns here, but Ulrich and Leo take on the brunt of the effort until you are able to haul these nets onto the deck of the Stormbringer, and it's kind of like a hands on the knees, like after this whole endeavor, just like trying to catch your breath of just things could have gone better, but they definitely could have gone much worse as well. But you have this hull of what is mostly Sarakian steel on the deck of your ship.
Let's go.
Well done.
So within there are, and I'll have you guys note this because this will be added to your bag of holding or however you want to do this, okay? You have 4 Sarakian steel great swords.
Okay.
One of them, Ulrich, is the one that you described. It's got kind of got like a flame tongue type of design, and
I put a picture of it.
Cool.
Okay.
Put a picture of it in chat.
There are, sorry.
He's adding it, right? You're gonna add it, Chief? Yeah.
I can if you want. Sure.
I saw you click clacking over there, so it's your job now.
Okay.
There are 2 small pistols and 1 flintlock pistol.
Okay, sorry. Two regular pistols and 1 flintlock.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah.
So it's 3 total. 1
exactly.
flintlock.
There is 1 medium-sized chest that is locked.
Let's get it unlocked, boys and girls.
Yeah. Can we just do that? Oh, well, let's do the list first, and I'll edit the post afterwards. Okay.
There's 1 small locked chest with some intricate designs of like swords on it.
Intricate designs of swords. Okay.
1 spell scroll case or scroll case.
Let's go. Okay, 1 scroll case.
And the staff that Ricard has.
Staff. Cool. So,
That's great.
so Gwyn, I know you are good with sleight of hand. Would you mind trying to lockpick these chests? And then I'm going to go to Herc.
I don't
Herc,
actually
my
have a
friend.
lockpick set.
Can I borrow your diamond again? Or your pearl? Your 100
want you
gold
to-
value pearl, my friend.
Did you identify this for me, Jack? These stiff?
I'm going to identify everything, but I need to get the pearl from Herc first. So
Does anyone have
Sure.
lockpicking tools?
I do not.
No.
I'm
I do
praying
not have
though.
lockpicking tools.
Herc has lockpicking tools as well.
I'm praying
Herc,
this
congrats,
staff with
awesome.
some offensive capabilities, Jack. I'm praying.
Herc is just a walking supply closet.
Pretty much.
Okay.
I love Herc. Herc, can we have lockpicking tools and your 100 gold piece pearl, please, for some stuff that we found?
Sure, and you can also have my undying servitude as well.
I appreciate it very much. Thank you, friend. then I'll come back. And so let's just do. I'll give the lockpicking tools to Gwyn, and then have her go for the chests first. Then we'll do the staff.
So what am I rolling? Sleight of hand?
Are you proficient with
sorry.
these tools?
No, I don't believe
No.
so. Are you? Yeah.
I'm not.
So proficiency bonus, dexterity. Sorry, you're not proficient. So just dexterity.
Here, dangerous to go
Oh, so there's
alone.
a straight
Take
Is
this
dex.
back.
Leo proficient?
Sleight of
these
hand.
Can I-
Sorry, sleight of hand.
Okay. All right.
I am
Both
not.
believe in you.
Okay.
Let's go.
I mean, Herc would be proficient.
Yeah. You,
21.
You're going for the medium chest first?
I'm going for the small one with the swords on it.
Okay. You kind of take a little second here. You're on the deck of the ship, and you. It's a little bit of a complex lock, actually. It takes more than a second, but eventually you. And it opens. And inside, you find a gold ring.
Okay.
Ready.
Got gun.
You find 35 gold.
Okay.
There is also a. Okay. You find a bag of sand,
Sand.
a
Okay.
vial of white dust, which you
Interesting.
know, which you're familiar with, that it is
Bone dust.
exactly bone dust.
Yeah.
And you also find a small, like, pocketbook of notes. And you just kind of, like, flip through it. It looks to be a captain's log of some kind, though a lot of the text looks ruined from the water.
Just for the record, I have a look at everything that we open if it's magical with my Eldritch sight.
Okay, the staff is magical, and the ring is magical.
Yeah, I can identify that once we get through the chest unlocking process.
Cool.
Are the pistols? Do the pistols show up as magical or
None
no?
of the weapons appear to be magical.
Cool. Sounds good. All right, Gwyn. So nice. You can do it twice. Medium chest.
Do it again. All right, medium chest. Let's go.
Let's go.
Very nice.
Would we roll?
22.
Okay. So, within the second chest, as you open it up, there are more Ignatian robes inside,
Okay.
as well as several maps of pretty much all of the seas, particularly on the western side in the Ignatian Sea. And it also has the Coast Guard routes for the Dorothea fleet.
Oh,
So the routes of
yes,
the
indeed.
fleet
Oh,
of Ignatia.
Jesus.
Yeah.
literally, guys, fucking targets. Let's go.
There's
my.
also 350 gold in the bottom of the chest.
Cha-ching.
Sorry, so Coast Guard routes for the Ignatian ships, and what are they called? The Dorothean fleet?
The Dorothea fleet. Hang on, I'll put it in the chat.
Dorothea.
Is that like a large Ignatian
Dorothea.
fleet?
Yeah.
Dorothea fleet. Okay, cool. Let's go. That's so sick, actually. And then 350 gold pieces? Okay.
Also several maps.
Yeah, I have that in there, the maps of all the seas.
Mm-hmm.
Particularly on the western side, Ignatian robes, several maps. Cool. Anything else in that one?
The robes, the maps with the routes, and the gold.
Cool. Awesome. Well, that's done. I would like to take the pearl. I'd like to put the ring. We'll do the ring first. Which will cowest identify as a witcherwool. So 11 minutes it takes, but I'd like to identify that. I am not using my spell slots. I don't care who the IRS sends. So what is the ring?
The ring is a ring of Featherfall.
Ooh.
So if you
That would have been
fall
useful
while
about
wearing that,
10 sessions ago.
you can take no damage
Yeah, I know.
from falling.
Not attunement, right? It's not attunement. It
It
just
requires
happens.
attunement.
Yeah. It does require
It
attunement.
does require attunement, yeah.
Okay, Ring of Featherfall, attunement. Okay. Then after 11 more minutes, I will cast on the... Actually, let's save that. What's in the spell scroll case? Let's save the staff for last.
No,
What's in the spell scroll?
No, you do the staff first, or else
Nope.
I'll beat you.
What's in the spell scroll case?
I'm gonna burn the whole case
Flip
down,
on
DM.
vessel.
Burning
Falls in
my
the water.
fireball in the scroll case.
The staff first.
No, spell scroll first.
Yeah, no.
Let's
Staff
do the
first.
staff first. Let's do the staff first.
Fine, with the staff
Okay.
first.
You take some moments to identify the staff, and the staff, it's like pretty nice whittled wood and like that kind of turning type of wood. It looks like it's, you know what I mean? Like it looks like it's kind of twisted. And then at the top, there's what looks like a gem. It's kind of pointed. It is a staff of charming. It can only be attuned by bard, cleric, druid, or warlock.
Wow.
The Rizzler is back at it again.
Okay, that's fine. Bard, cleric, druid, or warlock. Okay.
I'm gonna look deeply
What does
into
it do?
Steve's eyes and tell
So
him.
you can use an action to expend 1 of 10 charges to cast Charm Person, Command, or
Okay, cool.
Comprehend languages.
Can I use it on the
Also,
dragon?
Dominate Person.
Oh. Oh. I was
is that homebrewed in, or is that actually from
this-
the staff? Okay, you
No, this
add
staff
it.
of charming is
I'm gonna-
hard.
I'm gonna have to write that. Okay, I'm gonna write
So
it.
bard,
Okay, let me
cleric,
do it one
druid,
more
or
time.
warlock. Okay. The
Yeah.
4 spells available are Charm Person, Command, Comprehend languages, and Dominate Person. And it has 10 charges.
Okay. How many
Charges
charges
and
for
dominate
each?
person, and then how many per spell? Is it how many per spell?
It's
10 total.
Wait.
1 charge per spell.
10 total charges. How many one charge per spell? So a
Exactly.
dominate person
Yeah.
is the same
Okay,
as charm person. Wow.
Well, that,
Barky,
does
we're gonna have to
Identify give
come-
you all the stats? It does, right?
I think we're gonna have to come back on the
Identify gives you
stat
all
charge
the
breakdown.
stats.
Sorry, say it one more time.
Identify gives you like all the statistics, right?
It gives me everything. Yeah.
Okay. Dominate person costs 3 charges.
Okay. Cool.
Yeah.
Dominate person 3 charges. Gotcha. So you got
Can you
3 times per day
upcast
dominate person.
spells?
That's awesome.
I think some staffs let you upcast with charges. Let me double check that real quick.
Like command, you can usually just command one person, but if you upcast, you can command multiple people at the same time. Multiple targets.
Yeah, you can, but you'd have to use an extra charge. You have to use
What
an extra
rarity?
charge to upcast. It's rare.
Does it have any plus stats?
It regains 1d8 plus 2 charges at dawn.
Okay.
And something to note, I mean, this is kind of par for the course for staffs. If you expend the last charge and roll a d20 on a 1, it becomes non-magical.
Yep. Regains 1d8 plus 2 charges at dawn. If all charges are expended, staff explodes. Okay, staff becomes non-magical.
Non-magical, yes. It just becomes a regular staff, yeah.
I'm trying to think. Does it have any magical property like a +2, +1, or no?
No.
Can it also bake me a cake?
Yeah, right? Like, come on, listen. We got 3 times per day, free dominate person. What the fuck are we doing asking for more shit on this?
I'm just asking because this is what rarity? Rare?
It's rare. And you have to be attuned.
Take the win. Just take the win. Before she can take it back, just take the win.
I would love to hang on to it, if you wanted.
You're
someone
talking to the Rizzler here.
Listen, I feel like Valanthe would be very good with using this staff, Rykard. I don't know. Are you sure that you are the best user for this? For this?
Admittedly, for the mind stuff, it's a toss-up. I have my own ways to manipulate, so I'm looking
Well-
for something a little more offensive to make up for my lack of offensive capability. So
Fair
yeah,
enough.
I have an idea for that.
Let's get to the main course of this identification session, the one that Valanthe and I have been waiting for and have been made
I'm
to
gonna go
wait.
take a nap.
What is
Away.
in this spell scroll case? Oh, a wonderful DM.
Okay. You open up the spell scroll case and you unroll the document, the parchment inside. It is not a spell. It is another map. But on this map, there are. Okay, let me show you guys the map of Root Coast here.
We're about to wrap up here, right?
Yeah.
Mind if I take off now? I have a ride to go somewhere I need to go now.
Yeah,
That's kind of leaving.
We'll update you in the
Yeah, I'll let you
Discord.
know.
Later, guys. Thank you. I had fun.
Hi, Damien.
See you.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
So on this map, there are particular notations made on Boneyard. There are several X's along Boneyard. And it seems like this map is definitely significant in some way for it to have its own case. That this is important for some reason. But there is something notated and marked all across Boneyard.
Is there any way through like an insane? Oh, actually, you know what? I'm not going to roll that today because I have fucking disadvantage on everything. I would like to later on, a couple days from now, take some time to study this map with Valanthe.
Sure.
And see if we can
Yes.
figure out what it's noting.
Yeah, it's a full map of Root Coast, so you have all the details that you see here in
Yeah,
our
full
start
map of Root Coast, but with
and it's a
specific care
high
on
quality
Boneyard.
map as well. Like you feel the parchment. It's like the one thing with that you've recovered that doesn't seem super damaged. It's almost like has like a lamination type of quality to it because the parchment is so thick. And then you
Yeah.
have these marks on Boneyard that look like they're hand drawn in. You can, if you'd like to, analyze it in more detail, but I'm going to make you roll for it.
Yeah, I would like to wait on that if we can for possibly 2 days, if we're okay doing that, because I have bad stuff happening currently.
Okay.
You guys can if you
So-
want, ladies.
Well, I have proficiency with navigator's tools. I don't know if that would help in this situation.
You can go ahead and make a intelligence check, and you can add your proficiency bonus.
Okay.
Could I also try and investigate as a first glance?
Yep.
Because
make an intelligence
Alright.
check.
My
Intelligence.
proficiency is 3, I think. So it's a 8. Alright.
Hard to say. I mean, it's hard to make rhyme or reason of the marks in Boneyard, just that they're all kind of within the same vicinity.
Okay.
a 10.
You do notice a dotted line on the map going from Boneyard, the east side of Boneyard, to Grok.
I will point that out.
It's like very kind of almost like faded, but you are able to kind of identify it that this, and it does follow the road in some way, but it goes along the eastern side around Butterbeard's Casino and then to Grok.
Interesting.
This is an interesting map. I am very curious to study this map.
Yes.
I want to continue to look at it, and when I do not have 2 levels of exhaustion, use my +11 investigation to do some secret wumbo jumbo with it, but I can't right now
Okay.
because of the fucking ocean.
And as you guys are sitting on the ship, Sheev, you get a message in your head.
Yeah.
And you
From who?
hear, Dryden,
Yep.
I know of what happened. We need to meet. I'm in Grok. Come see me as soon as possible. You have 3 days. And you know for sure this is Matron Grey.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm gonna look at Valanthe as I say what I'm about to say. I do not feel as if your position is as strong as you think it is. See you soon.
Okay. You do not hear a response.
Yep.
As you say this, see you soon. That is where we're going to end this session.
Wow. Okay.
Yep.
Very nice.
Yeah. Oh my! I cannot have rolled worse than that. I don't think possible.
No, you
That
really
is insane.
The
Insane.
double
Insane.
ones
Insane.
on that. No, yeah.
You need to start believing in the heart of the dice. Will the dice?
What
be
I
higher?
have been. This has been a thing since I was playing Virtue like 3 years ago. The dice have always failed me here, and I don't know why. I don't know why that is. That's okay. It was fun. Awesome. I'm excited to be back. I cannot wait to play next week. I'm
Yeah,
excited
it's
to be
gonna be
back.
good.
Yeah, me too.
Me
I
too.
will. Okay, so what is the date? March 14th. I'm gonna be good
Yeah.
for like the next couple weeks. In May, I do have a class starting Thursday afternoons, so we will need to do some reconfiguration, but not till like the end of May. But just so you guys
That's fine
know
by me.
in advance.
Okay,
But we should
no
be
problem.
good to go and consistent for the next couple weeks, I think.
Okay, nice.
If you guys
Great.
are good, you know.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, I'm
I can't
excited
wait
to
to
get
Yeah.
back into things too.
back
I
into
think
this.
we're gonna have like this next arc coming up that
I'm so excited.
I don't know. We'll see what happens.
I'm so excited.
Surely,
Awesome.
surely we could say to Cadbro, by the way, here's a map of all the Ignatian ship movements.
Dude, that was my exact thought.
Yeah.
100%
Crazy.
my exact thought.
That
100%.
I'm glad you guys went back to loot it because there's definitely some.
Oh,
things
dude,
there
always,
that
yeah.
are useful.
Did we? I don't know if you can tell us this now. Because of how bad we rolled, did we miss some like bigger shit?
I am not at liberty to say.
No.
So that's a yes. Okay.
Oh, I'm
That hurts.
so
I'm gonna
fucking
turn off the
mad.
recording, but
I have such good investigation. I have a +11. Oh man.
yeah, but it was under the water. It was
No.
under the ocean.
I'm
That
aware.
was a big
No,
factor in this, right?
I know why. I'm not complaining about the circumstance. I just wish I had a chance to roll for
No, I
finding
know,
shit.
I know. Yeah.
Yeah.
I know,
Like-
you're like master stat, but they were just the double negative ones. That really,
You can't make that shit
fucked
up.
you
You can't
up.
make it up. Cool.
I'm gonna stop the recording, but I'm gonna, our YouTube has had some traction. So if anyone made it this far, hey, good for you, and thanks for being here, and thanks for watching, and we are
Gonna
appreciating.
shout out Oishi and Kiara and Sophie from my study association for subscribing. They said they might not watch it, but if they did watch it and you got here, shout out to you guys.
It's honestly impressive. Not only did they watch it, got all the way
if
to
you
the
made it
end
this
of the
far.
session. That's like
If you made it the whole way through the session, you don't even watch D&D. So if you made it here, honestly, like maybe you scrolled through the whole thing, but still appreciate it.
yeah,
So
definitely.
All right, bye YouTube.
bye everyone.
YouTube.